Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn, Raaker, and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. We have a real treat for you today. Instead of doing a regular entree and a lot of other things, we're doing sandwiches today. We're doing a pulled pork sandwich. We're doing a waffle chicken sandwich. And we're doing a chicken salad, apple chicken salad sandwich or salad. And then for dessert, we have a new sponsor, the Mt.Waffle company, and we are going to be doing their chicken waffle avocado with tomato sandwich, which they use on their buttery waffles. And I'm so excited. Also, we have with us our wonderful sponsor, Skip Kenny of Skip Kenny Barbecue Sauce, and we're going to be making this with our pork barbecue, pulled pork barbecue, right? So what we need to start with this is we need to have a pork loin. And I used a 2-pound pork loin and an onion, like a half an onion, and black pepper, thyme, and basil, and some salt. And what we did, and I want the camera to show this, we did it in our hot pot because we needed to get it done. And I've done this before on our show. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out. They're already done. Take these out, and then we'll shred them. So we'll let them, so they're cooled off now, right? And we'll shred them to use for what we're doing in our barbecue sandwich. So I'll put this aside, like here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it up. I also forgot to mention that we cooked it in chicken broth and water, which is really important. You want to get that flavor to the pork. So in a hot pot, it took about 1 hour, which made it easy. And you don't want to go anything past that because you don't want your pork to be too shredded. So here are the pork, and see, it's already done. So all we have to do is cut it up and see how it's already shredded, which makes it so nice, and it doesn't take that long. And you can serve this on the buns, which we have some beautiful buns that we're going to be serving it on, right? And we're going to add to this, we're going to add the barbecue sauce to it, right? But you want to shred that first. So this makes a lot of barbecue. Now since there's only like 2 or 3 of us, I'm going to save this one. I'm going to put this aside because we have plenty here to do that with. And then we'll add the barbecue sauce and we'll heat it up. And then we'll serve it on our buns a little later. So I'll put this aside and we'll show that to you in just a little while. We'll get that. And so I'll put this into a skillet and we'll add the barbecue sauce to it and we'll be good. So I'm going to use this skillet, which is what we use. This is the 360 skillet, and I'm going to get a little bit of duck fat. Our new sponsor is the Gourmet Duck Fat by. Let's see. This is our duck fat, and it's by Cornhuskers Company, and we use it for everything. It's a cooking oil spray, and you can actually put it on the pork, but I'm just going to do it inside our pan. And then what I'll do is I will get this out, and I'll put this into, we've already had onions already in this. We cooked it in onions and chicken broth, so we'll add that to that. And we'll add the barbecue sauce over it. So that's what we'll do. Shake this up. It's already prepared. It's already got chili and cinnamon and all those wonderful things in it. So you don't have to do any more than that. Okay? There you go. And we'll heat that up. That's about maybe a cup of barbecue sauce. And we'll heat this up for later. And that looks good. And maybe a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more barbecue sauce. Okay. And this is a whiskey barbecue sauce, which is a milder of all of Skip Kenny's barbecue sauces, which I love. He's even made one without garlic, just for me. So we'll put this on the stove and heat it up. We'll actually leave that there for a few minutes till we heat it up. And then what I'll do is, and you don't want to use a high fire on this. You want to actually simmer it, okay? And then when we come back, we will get the buns out and we'll show you what it looks like on the bun, okay? We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and our barbecued pulled pork is done. And so we're going to put it on our sandwiches, right? And see how hot and steamy that is? That's beautiful. So we'll put those on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually put one of the newest sponsors, and that's Mama Geraldine's cheese sticks. And we're using the aged cheddar ones, and I'm going to bring them over here. We have a new sponsor as well, and that's Mama Geraldine. She makes a lot of different products, and today we're using her aged cheddar cheese straws, and it comes in a wonderful box like this, and also in individual ones. We're going to use the individual one today, so to serve with our barbecue. So here's the one barbecue sandwich. We'll put that right on there, and then we've got olives to go with it. So that's wonderful. So we'll do that. So this is 2 of them. Okay, so we'll put a little bit more on that, right? And then we'll put that right here. So that's that. And then we'll open up, maybe we'll open this up because I like to keep those wonderful individual ones in my car. So we'll open these up. And look at how beautiful they are. They're gorgeous. They're not like anything you've ever seen before. They're beautiful. They taste scrumptious. And they're from her mother's recipe. And she has a lot of flavors, which we'll talk about on our next show. But I thought this is a great way to serve this. So there you go. Very simple. Pulled pork barbecue sandwich. That's our first one. So we'll put that aside. And we'll move on to our next recipe, which is going to be our wonderful chicken apple salad. And or chicken, it can be a sandwich as well. So we're making it today as a sandwich. And we'll be right back after this important messages on the Chef You and I. Next, we're doing an apple chicken salad with walnuts or pecans. You could either use one or the other. And if you're allergic to nuts, you don't have to put the nuts in it at all. And what we're doing is we're making it with apples and onion, raisins. And if you have dried cherries, you can do that too. So I always love to use a rotisserie chicken for my chicken salad or any of my chicken dishes because it's so much easier. Later on in the show, we're going to fry some chicken strips for our chicken waffles. And guess what? For dessert, we have a real surprise for you. It is going to be a new dessert that you've never tried before. So we'll be doing that a little later. So here's the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to cut some chicken off of here, right? And I'll put that here. And now you can have this as a chicken salad sandwich or you can serve it as a chicken salad. All right, so we'll take this out, but I don't need that much. So I'm taking this, actually the skin off of it, and I'm going to use the breast as much as I can, right? And so I'm going to take that off of there. And actually you can pull it off. And we'll do that. And put that right there. We're back on the Chef You and I, and what we're doing next is chopping up the chicken, and then we're going to do the celery. We're going to do a plate of chicken salad, and we're going to do a chicken salad sandwich. So the next thing you want to do is you want to chop your chicken up, and you don't, this is nice. You want it like this, just in little pieces, right? That's the way I like to do it. And I love raisins in my chicken salad. It really gives it a great flavor. And if you have some cranberries or you have cherries, you can add those to it. That would give it a really sweet flavor as well. And like I said, if you don't want to use the nuts, they're optional. So I like to make my own dressing with Miracle Whip because it's a sweet dressing, right? It's a sweet mayonnaise. Or, here we go. And so when you get that all chopped up like that, I don't want to put that in there. And then you can add it to the bowl that we've got right in front of us, right? And so some people don't want to have extra bread right now. So doing it as a chicken salad right is great. And so we'll do that too. I love this scooper because it also chops. So we'll move that there. And you can find all of our recipes on our website and also on, which is the Chef You and I. And you can print them out. They're simple. And we also put the television show up there so you can watch it as well. So here's all the chicken. All right. There we go. Now, I'm going to use a different knife. Or no, I can use the same knife. But I'll wash it off for a minute. All right. And I'm using gloves, as you can see. So whenever you're doing anything raw or anything, I always like to use gloves because it makes it simpler and your hands don't get in a mess either. So the next thing we'll do is chop that off. We don't want that. And we don't want that. So we'll move this to the side. And we'll go ahead and chop this up. And I love the idea of apples. Apples are so good for you. And we're using red Gala apples today, which I love. And all my guests do too. So anyhow, we're getting this done really quick. So you can see how easy it is to make the salad. And you know, spring is coming. We're on our way with spring. Winter's almost over with, thank the Lord. And I like this time of year because we have a lot of sunshine. The birds are coming out and they're chirping. They're going to be great. So, and you want to have the girls over for some tea and crumpets. We're going to be doing a British tea show. I'm very excited with my wonderful British friend, Marion Merton. And she helps us with so much on our cooking shows. She doesn't like to appear on the shows, but guess what? She's in the background and she's great. So here we go. So there's your celery. And now we're going to do the onion. I'm going to use a different knife for that. And so we're going to peel the onion. And you know, I want to get my trusty dusty, and I need a bag from our producer. And that's a bag well. And I use it all the time on my shows because guess what? It's so handy. You can use it in the car, but you can also use it when you're cooking. So we're just going to put a little bit of an onion in. We're only going to use a 1/4 of this onion. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut up a 1/4 of an onion. And some people don't like onion, so you don't have to add it to it. So I think one of our guests doesn't like onions. Oh, they do like onions. I'm not worried about it then. You could use a red onion to give it a little bit more color. But this is a yellow onion, which is a sweet onion. And I really like these onions. Or you could use your, not emulsifier, but your blender, or not blender, but your food processor and make them even smaller. So that makes it nice. So here we go. You're going to love this. And your company's going to love it too. This could be a Sunday afternoon lunch after church or something, or a brunch. So let's do that. I like to get all that chopped up. And you know, you can send your recipes into the Chef You and I show, and you can send it to kraaker123@gmail.com. So we're going to add the onion. We're going to add the celery. right? And we'll do that. Now all we have to do is cut the apple up, which is easy. We're going to use this on our plate in a minute. And I'm going to put these in the bag. Well, that's good. And we'll do that. Clean it up. Clean your mess up. That's important. So you don't have a lot of cleaning in the end. So now we're going to do the apple, which is right here. And I'm not going to use a lot of apple. Okay. So you can use this or you can use a peeler, one or the other. And I've got a machine that actually makes apple slices, or not slices, but rings. And we'll use that for another show that we're going to do, which we love to do apple pies. And put that in there, and we'll cut this up. This is for about 2 to 3 people, this one. So you don't want to use a lot. But I think you're going to enjoy this salad a lot. Or a sandwich. And I use grapes sometimes in my chicken salad. And I just do everything I can think of. It's like the kitchen sink. I might want to call it the apple chicken salad with the whole kitchen sink in it. Get fun with what you're cooking and what you're doing. Have your grandkids come. Your daughter, if they're young kids, have them be in the kitchen with you. I know I miss my granddaughter. She is now 10, and she started with me when she was 2, and she still loves to cook. I can do 2 apples, which I'm going to do real quick, and then we'll add all the other ingredients. There we go. Really simple. And I'm not taking that much of the peel off. The other thing is that if you have recipes that have got a lot of calories in them, we want you to send them to us and we can modify them for you, especially if you're on a diet or you're losing weight because you're getting ready to go to the beach or wherever. That would be a lot of fun, right? So we're done with that. We'll chop these up really fine. And we'll add them to the salad. And we'll add the pecans and also the raisins. And I'm using just regular dark raisins. And you could use the golden raisins, the yellow ones. Those are delicious as well. So here we go. All right, we're done with that. I like to make it simple. Because if you've never cooked before and you want to learn how to cook, you want simple things to start, right? So here's our raisins, and we're going to use 1/4 cup of raisins. So we're going to take and put 1/4 cup of raisins in here. Whoops. All right. And then we're going to add the pecans. Here you go. Okay, so we'll do that. So we'll add those, right? And then we're going to add the pecans. Now, the thing is, I have to chop these pecans up a little bit, so I'm going to need a plastic bag to do it. And I've got a handy-dandy pounder to do that with. So we're going to chop these up. And you only need 1/4 cup, so I don't need to do that many. All right. Here we go. And the rest you can eat. So let's get out I think it's in here. Yes, it is. And don't fight with your drawer, like I do all the time. So here we go. So this will make about 1/4 cup. And actually, this is really too many for 1/4, but we might as well just do it. I can use them for other things. Put that over there. Okay, we're almost done. These are simple things you can do in the kitchen, and you don't have to go out and buy the ones that are all chopped up unless you want to. So we'll use 1/4 cup of the walnuts. That was pretty cool. Add a little bit more to it. Well, all right, that's about 1/4 cup. All right, so then we're going to make the dressing for it, and I'm going to use the Miracle Whip, and I may use a little bit of vinegar, but you don't have to. But we need some vinegar, and we need some sugar. We've put a quarter of a cup of apple cider vinegar, and we're adding a third of a cup of olive oil right here. I'm going to add a little teaspoon, a half a teaspoon of sugar, okay? And I'm going to add a teaspoon of honey. This is going to be a little bit sweeter than normal, but I think you're going to like it because it's going to go great with the actual wonderful apples and raisins, right? And it'll give it some moisture as well. It's really good. So that's that. And then I am going to add some regular mustard into it to give it a mustardy, because I do have some Dijon mustard, but I would rather use maybe I will use the Dijon mustard right here. And you don't put that much of mustard in. You only use a half of a teaspoon. Smells good. Half of a teaspoon of this mustard, okay? We'll put that in there. And what we're going to do next is we're going to emulsify it. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Okay, and then I'm going to emulsify it. Now this is for the salad dressing. No, we're not putting any mayonnaise in this. We're putting mayonnaise in the other, the chicken salad sandwich one. This is for the dressing for the actual salad itself. So we're going to emulsify it. Well, you can see that's emulsifying, right? So what we'll do next is we'll put the salad together, and then we'll make the chicken salad part of it, right? We're back now, and we've already emulsified our dressing for our salad. And so what we're doing now is just pouring a little of it over it, because sometimes people don't like a lot of dressing, right? So we're doing this, so just do that. And that's it. And save the rest of the dressing for another salad. Okay, and we're going to show this salad now in all its glory. Looks really pretty. You could add some tomato slices if you wanted to it, and make it a little bit different. But this is the apple chicken raisin salad with pecans. That was really simple. And now what we're doing after we take some pictures is we're going to make the other chicken salad that I like to make. And this is for sandwiches. So we'll put that over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. We're going to make actually the chicken salad sandwich. So we're using the same things that we used for our chicken salad, regular salad, but we're using for the dressing with this, I use Miracle Whip. So it's about 2 to 3. I usually use 3 because this is a big salad. 3 or 4 Miracle Whip tablespoons. And then I also use pickle relish, because sweet pickle relish, because it's got such a nice flavor to it. So we add 1, maybe 1.5 to that, and then mix it up. And you may have to use more with this because this is a lot of chicken salad. Okay, so let's just try that and see if that'll work real quick, and then we'll make the sandwich for this. So we need to do this. Take this out for a minute, and we're going to add this dressing to it. And then you can have salt and pepper on it and other things on it as well. Okay, so we'll add that here. We'll put this in the sink. You don't want it to overpower it. You want it to blend with it, right? So I think I might use a little bit more. And that looks pretty good, actually. So, and then you could add salt and pepper to it too, but some people have a sodium problem. So what I do is I actually let them do that part of it, right? So we need another plate, which we'll get in a second. I think I'm going to add a little bit more mayonnaise to this, right? Or Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip has regular, it's got a sweetener in it, and it's really good. So we'll just really mix that fine. And then we've got a couple of buns. We're going to make 2 sandwiches out of this. Right? That's good. So I just happen to have 2 buns here. And there we go. And we're going to use the bottom of the bun. If you want to add a tomato to it, you can. But we're not going to do that with these, because we have another sandwich coming up, and it uses tomatoes. We'll put a little bit of lettuce on it. How about that? So that's 1 right there. And we already have our lettuce right here. Put that on it, right? And then add the bun to it, the top to it. That's 1. And here's the second one. And this looks really nice. And, you know, you could put some olives out again, or chips, or whatever you want, to make a complete, wonderful chicken apple salad. And I love anything that has fruit in it, especially at this time of the year. So we're going to put that here. And actually we could put some tomato slices on the plate to make it look real attractive. So these are already been cleaned off. So we'll do that. So we'll add that. 1 on here and 1 on there, maybe 2 more. We have plenty of tomatoes right now, so that's good. So anyhow, I'll do that. And put that there. That looks really pretty. Do 1 more. And do that. So there you go. Chicken salad and the wonderful 2 different types of chicken salad. We have the sandwiches and we have the salad. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I. We're back on The Chef You and I, and you see that I pounded these strips, the chicken strips, a little bit, but I'm going to pound them a little bit more. Okay, so that's kind of done. Now, I personally take out, and we're going to do it a little bit different for you. We're going to take these out, right? And see this white, that's a vein. We're going to take that out. So we're going to have more than 1 chicken strip here. We're going to have like 4, actually. But you don't want that there, because you don't want it to actually affect the chicken strip. And I usually take these apart, but today I didn't have that much time to do it, so I'm taking it out now. Now we're going to dredge this into, and there's the other part. You want to take that off. That's like a membrane. And they're tough. So you can see that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the actual egg, right, like that. And that's the reason why I have these wonderful gloves on. And then put it into the panko. You can see me doing this, right? And just get a lot of panko on there, all right? And then we're going to put it into a hot pan. And here's the other thing I want to tell you. This sandwich is going to be done on the Mt.Waffles. See how far down that vein comes? You want to get rid of that vein, because it's really tough. And usually on the regular show, I show you how to do that. I didn't have time today, but we can still use this chicken, you know, even though it's stripped, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll put this into the egg mixture. And, well, we've already done this one, right? And then we're going to fry this. So we're going to take it out of the bag. We're going to come over here. And we're going to fry this. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. It's preheated on the 360 pan. Okay. And we'll put that in there. It's hot, right? You could add a little oil to it, but I use the duck fat spray, and because I was trying to keep down the amount of calories that are in this dish, because we're a healthy cooking show, remember? So I might want to add a little bit of olive oil to it, okay? So here we go. And then we're going to fry these until you can't see pink. You don't want pink, especially with chicken. So we'll be right back. We're going to clean this mess up, and we're going to show this in just a second. We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and we're making this wonderful chicken avocado waffle witch from the Mt.Waffle company. This is their recipe, and so the first thing you do is you use the buttery waffles, and they have many different kinds that we'll talk about a little bit later. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put I'm going to put our lettuce on it first, okay? And then I'm going to actually add my chicken strips that I did. Okay, and these are the healthy ones. Remember that I told you that. So they dredge theirs in flour. So I wanted to do it a little bit different. And so we're going to make it like that. That looks really nice. Or you can use chicken breast. I use chicken strips, okay? Then I want to add to that a tomato. No, I'm going to use actually this is an avocado. I'm going to put the avocado on here. So we're going to add, I want to make that a little thinner. Okay, right. Okay, add that right there. And then we're going to add the tomato to it. And then we're going to put the other waffle top on it, right? And then what you need to do is we're going to cut this in half, right, with this knife right here. We're going to cut that in half. But what you have to use is not toothpicks, but I use these sticks right here. And they're for all kinds of different things like skewers. There's skewers that you use for, chicken and beef and everything else. So you want to put that right in there like that. And you have a chicken avocado waffle witch. And you can find all of their recipes up on the wonderful Mt.Waffle company, and we want to thank them for sending us those beautiful waffles. So look at this, really nice. And you can have that, and I would have maybe some little bit of potato salad or some chips or whatever with it. And that's a perfect meal for you. That's a lot, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. So we'll be right back to make our wonderful dessert. And you're going to love this. We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and we're doing the Petite waffle cakes by the Mt.Waffle company. And we're using 3 different waffles to make this. We're using for our dessert for the Petite waffle cakes, the Leger Belgium cocoa covered waffle. So, and you want to, actually, you can make this into 2, okay, instead of just 1. And we'll save part of it because these are minis. We don't want to use this whole. So we take and cut this, right? And we're going to put this on a plate, right? And you may want to cut the corner here. Right, we can save all that for the crew. They love waffles. What can I tell you? And then what we're going to do to this one is we're going to these are delicious. We're going to add a dollop of whipped cream. Maybe I think we'll use this one. We'll save this for later. This is prettier. We'll use that. And that's Cool Whip. And I did it a little differently this time because guess what? We're a healthy cooking show, and I'm trying to keep you healthy. So we're using the light Cool Whip on this. And you could use ice cream if you want. So what do we want to do with this one? We want to add some berries to make it look even better. And blueberries are really healthy for you. So look at that. Is that cool or what? You could have your grandchild help you with this one, and boy, will they eat these up. Right? So there's the first one. Here you go. Now, we'll save this one in this bag for later because you can heat these up as well. You can use ice cream on top of this as well. Then we're going to use the next waffle, which is actually a little mini waffle. And this is chocolate chip cookies, or chocolate chip. So it's already got you can see the chocolate chip in them. See that? Is that cool or what? And so then I'm going to do that. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put some more chocolate chips on it because I love chocolate chips. So we'll do that. We'll put a little bit of Cool Whip on it, right? That's good. And we'll use, right? We'll use some chocolate chips. That looks so sweet. And you can do this too. That'll be really sweet. Everybody loves chocolate chips. So there's the second one. And I'm going to do it like this. And now we're cutting this waffle because it's supposed to be a sweet, small treat. Okay? So I'm going to make this one even smaller. Okay? We're going to put that on a plate. And the other thing that we're going to do with this one is we will add just the whipped cream and a couple of blueberries. Look at that. And that's already got the, the sugar, not sugar, but it's already sweetened with the syrup. Okay? So we'll add some more blueberries. Right? Maybe we could actually put some chocolate chips in with it too. No, not really. But you can decorate them with strawberries or maraschino cherry, whatever you want to do. All right? So this would be a nice Sunday, beautiful, wonderful treat for the whole family. Okay? Look at that. We're back on the Chef You and I. I want to thank all of our sponsors today for the wonderful recipes and also the products themselves. We want to thank the 360 pans who we use all their pans exclusively. We want to thank the wonderful Cornhuskers duck fat spray, gourmet duck fat spray, which I use in everything I do. We want to thank the Mama Geraldine's wonderful aged cheddar cheese straws, and all of her products go to the mamageraldines.com. Waffle, the waffle is Mt.Wafflecompany.com. We won't forget Skip Kenny barbecue sauce. You can go up to skipkennybbq.com. And actually, I think that's everyone today. And we want to thank Marion Merton, our wonderful sous chef that helps me all the time, and our producer, Bill Raaker. And thank you so much for joining me today on the Chef You and I. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to go to our website at thechefyouandi.com. Bon appetit.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe. Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandi.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.